General Hospital spoilers. Will Jason end up playing father to Michael's baby while he's out of commission? General Hospital spoilers suggest Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, has been a steadfast supporter and friend in Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, life since the moment he was born. Of course, way back then, Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, had allowed everyone to believe Michael was Jason's son. At the time, that seemed like a better plan than telling the truth that his dad was AJ. Quartermaine, Scene Canaan. Now that Jason is back in the Quartermaine mansion, we have to wonder what relationships may form there that will end up serving him and others he cares about well. Could his burgeoning closeness with Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott, end up making friends of these foes? Will it be Jason who puts together the pieces of this puzzle and realizes Michael is the father of Sasha's baby? If that's the case, will Jason end up filling in for him? General Hospital spoilers. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Knowing that his exit looks open-ended as though he may be able to return, the fans are much happier with Chad Duell's still somber exit. A bittersweet moment for us all. It seems Duell's on-screen time is done, at least for now. Whether he reprises the role for now or someone else does remains to be seen. Duell, in so many words, told Maurice Benard, Sonny Corinthos, recently on his show, State of Mind, that he was open to coming back someday, but for now he needs to focus on family and see what else is out there. What does that mean for the role of Michael? It may mean it's going to be vacant for some time. What does that mean for Michael's baby? It means someone else may be playing the role of dad, even if no one else is playing the role of Michael. GH spoilers say Sasha Gilmore's secret comes out. While Sasha has been taking full advantage of her new family relationships with Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms, and Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner, we have a feeling that neither of them are going to be the person who Sasha finally confesses the truth to. Could that person be Jason, though? He and Sasha have had a few relatable and friendly moments on screen lately. The flashbacks to Jason caring for Michael as a baby and being his father were touching, and they reminded us that no matter how things worked out, Jason always felt paternal about Michael. Will he do whatever it takes to protect Michael's child and his role in that child's life? General Hospital spoilers. Jason Morgan steps up to the plate. Sasha doesn't have many close relationships in Port Charles. She was a grifter for much of her life before she came to town, crashed and burned, and reformed herself. Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, was the best friend she had for a while, but now that it turns out he's her cousin, she can't ask him to pretend to be her baby daddy. Of course, we can't imagine that Sasha will ask that of anyone, but will Jason step into that role anyway, as a means of ensuring Sasha's child has a father figure, and that place stays reserved for Michael? Port Charles was no stranger to secrets, and the Quartermaine mansion had seen its fair share of them. As Jason Morgan sat in the ornate living room, his mind drifted back to the days when Carly first handed him baby Michael. Those days felt like another lifetime, yet the bond he formed with Michael had never wavered. The thought of stepping back into a paternal role wasn't one he'd ever imagined revisiting, but fate, it seemed, had other plans. The calm before the storm. Jason had always been a man of action, not words, but the recent shifts in the Quartermaine family dynamics had him reevaluating his place in their world. Tracy Quartermaine's surprising return had brought her usual brand of snark and sharp wit, but Jason found himself respecting her unapologetic strength. Their conversations, though terse, revealed a shared understanding of the lengths one would go to protect family. Sasha Gilmore's arrival at the mansion had been quieter, almost an afterthought. Recovering from her tumultuous past and recent grief, she found solace in Maxie and Felicia, but Jason couldn't help noticing the weight she carried. There was a guarded vulnerability in her eyes that reminded him of himself after his own losses. One evening, as Jason sat on the terrace, Sasha approached cautiously. "Mind if I join you?" she asked. Jason nodded, gesturing to the chair beside him. The silence between them was comfortable, punctuated only by the distant hum of the city. "It's peaceful here," Sasha murmured. Jason glanced at her, sensing there was more she wanted to say. "Something on your mind?" She hesitated, then sighed. "I've been carrying a secret, and I don't know how much longer I can keep it." Sasha's confession. Over the next hour, Sasha poured her heart out, revealing that she was pregnant with Michael's child. Her voice trembled as she spoke of her fear and uncertainty, her desire to protect Michael's legacy, while grappling with the weight of her own mistakes. Jason listened intently, his expression unreadable. When she finished, he leaned forward, his blue eyes steady. "You don't have to do this alone, Sasha." Her eyes widened. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying I've been here before," Jason replied. "I raised Michael when Carly couldn't. I know what it means to step in when someone needs help." Sasha shook her head. "I can't ask you to do that. This is my responsibility." "You didn't ask," Jason said firmly. "I'm offering." The weight of the decision. The days that followed were a whirlwind. Jason's decision to step up as a father figure for Sasha's child didn't sit well with everyone. Carly, fiercely protective of her family, confronted Jason in the Crimson offices. "Jason, are you sure about this?" Carly demanded. "You're putting yourself in the middle of something that could blow up in your face." "Michael's not here to do it himself," Jason replied calmly. "And until he is, someone has to." Carly crossed her arms, her frustration evident. "And what happens when Michael comes back? What if he doesn't like the choices you've made?" Jason's jaw tightened. "Then I'll deal with it. But right now, this is what's best for his child." Building a new family. As weeks turned into months, Jason's role in Sasha's life grew. He attended doctor's appointments, helped her prepare the nursery, and even fended off the occasional prying questions from Port Charles' nosiest residents. Through it all, Jason's calm demeanor provided Sasha with a sense of stability she hadn't felt in years. At the Quartermain mansion, Tracy watched the unfolding situation with a mixture of amusement and curiosity. One evening, she cornered Jason in the library. "You've always been full of surprises, Jason," Tracy remarked. "But this is a new one." Jason shrugged. "It's not about me. It's about what's right for the baby." Tracy's lips twitched into a rare smile. "You're more of a Quartermain than you'll ever admit." A turning point. As Sasha's due date approached, Jason began to feel the weight of his decision. Despite his best efforts, doubts crept in. Was he truly the right person to fill this role? Would Michael return and resent him for stepping into his shoes? One night, as he sat alone in the nursery, Carly joined him. For once, her tone was gentle. "I've been hard on you about this," Carly admitted. "But I see now that you're doing this for all the right reasons. Michael would be proud." Jason's throat tightened. "I just want what's best for his child." "And you're giving them that," Carly said, placing a hand on his shoulder. "But don't forget to take care of yourself, too." A new beginning. The day Sasha went into labor was one of chaos and emotion. Jason stayed by her side throughout the ordeal, offering quiet support and unwavering presence. When the baby, a healthy boy, finally arrived, Sasha broke into tears. Holding the baby in his arms, Jason felt a surge of protectiveness unlike anything he'd experienced since Michael's infancy. In that moment, he knew he'd made the right choice. As the days turned into weeks, Jason and Sasha settled into a routine. The baby, named Michael Jason Gilmore, in honor of his father and the man who had stepped up in his absence, brought a new sense of purpose to both their lives. In the end, Jason's decision to play father to Michael's child wasn't about filling a void or reliving the past. It was about honoring the bond he'd always shared with Michael and ensuring the next generation of Quartermains had the love and support they deserved. Port Charles, as always, would keep moving forward, its residents navigating the twists and turns of life. But for Jason Morgan, this chapter was a reminder that family wasn't just about blood. It was about showing up, no matter what.